Well, hello there. I'm Clairvo Calico, and today we're playing Chaos Head. Woohoo! Let's get into it. And I'll get all little. Whoop 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 whoop. Bloop. Press any button. Continue. I think quick load is. Or was it quick load? I never remember. Let's see if this is the right one.
うわ、早速来た。
Let's see if this is where we actually were. I got an email just now. An email from a 3D girl? I'd never gotten one before. I gotta get out of the way so I could see. I gulped and opened it. You could sense her elegance and femininity coming off the page, but the emojis also made her feel friendly and approachable. My cat's thinking of jumping up on the desk. I can see it in her eyes. She's thinking about it. But it wasn't because I was with you, Nishijo. I hope I'm saying this right. Nishijo. Nishijo? And I want to say hello in the morning. It felt like she might be plotting something. Like what? A meetup? A date? Show me what she said! Ooh, I'm gonna be the little figure. I'm gonna be... Perfect! It's totally normal. Basically just a hello. I'm in the void. And I think it was because I was with you. What time are you coming to school tomorrow? Oh, the reason I'm asking is I want to say hello in the morning. I'm hoping we run into each other tomorrow, even if it's just by chance. Bye. I'll send you another email sometime. Good night. Grim was being obnoxious, so I decided to type it in the whole message form. Of course, I didn't type in our... Ooh! Oh, thanks for the follow, and... Angel Sun 95. Thank you. Grim was being obnoxious, so I decided to type in the whole message for him. Of course, I didn't type in our personal information. What is this? It feels like she's head over heels for you. Die in a fire, Nightheart. Oh, wait. He didn't say it so nice, I don't think. Die in a fire, Nightheart. Hello? Help me out here, man. It's some kind of trap. Right. It's all a big conspiracy. You're overthinking things, aren't you? It sure looks like she's into you. You're almost at the good ending. Wink. I mean, this is impossible. I'm a creepy otaku. Why would a cute girl from the real world want to date me? Lol, you're just bragging now. Yeah, brag. Calm down. You're just overthinking. Oh, wait, now I already read that. There aren't many nice girls like that left. I knew that, but she was too nice. It was creepy. Creepy on how nice. But that just goes to show how much she likes you, right? She's an anime fan, right? She's like the ideal girlfriend. For an otaku, anyway. Get her to go along with all your weird ass fantasies. Wink. This, that, that actually sounds pretty appealing. No. That was just what she wanted me to think. She came onto you. Be grateful. I'm not into 3D girls. Yeah,
そう
right.
だけど
Yeah, right. You want to date her really badly, right? This is your chance to stop being an otaku. You'll never get another chance like it, I'm sure of it. This is your chance. Stop being a wimp and go for it. Be like Nightheart, but in the real world. Go for it! If only I could, life would be much easier. Talking to her today and the day before taught me that. I'm almost the same size. I just realized that. There we go. It could be fun and make me happy, but it was also exhausting and a pain in the butt. If it was that hard, I'd be... Bolt of Lightning has enough energy to make 1.5 million pieces of toast. Yeah. Wait. Oh. That's a lot of toast. If it was that hard, I'd be better off living peaceful, relaxing life with 2D girls. So I decided not to answer Yua's email. Wah! Toast. I'm gonna go in the fire. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. Fire was burning! Long tongues of flame dancing with the incendier inside. Inside it, a sailor uniform and several textbooks were being burnt to ash. And there was 1.5 million pieces of toast in here. A house in the a house in the foothills overlooking Seto Island Sea. In the distance, you could I'm having a hard time reading. In the distance, you could hear the whistles of the ships. A salt breeze gently shook the trees around the house. Despite her idyllic surroundings, the small girl in front of the interior, Kozu Ohira, was in a miserable state. Her eyes reflected the red light of the fire she watched. The sailor uniform and textbooks burned to ash in the interior. Until yesterday, that had been her uniform. And those had been her textbooks. Really? She was the one who put them in the contain. I don't know what that word is. in container. Yes, in container? I'm sure. But she must still felt some attachment to them because she kept staring at them. Well, she didn't have to burn them, I don't think. She could have, like, put them in a box. Or she's leaving her past life behind, maybe. Suddenly, she winced in pain, but her hands tightly over... Put her hands tightly over her ears. I'm going in the fire again. Ooh, or it could be the smoke. No, I'm going in the fire. She opened her mouth, but it was all she could do. She couldn't moan, cry. All she could do was gasp for breath. She kept shaking her head as if begging for something to stop. Then she collapsed, falling onto the ground. She looked up, exhausted, at the sky. She stayed there, unmoving, for several minutes. Then, suddenly, she turned around. The window. She was staring at the house. House's veranda. Veranda. The house was made of wood and over 50 years old. Even though it was still daytime, much of the veranda was shrouded in deep shadow, leaving it in darkness. She slowly staggered up and walked toward it. Just then her mother appeared, as if she'd been waiting.
あら、梢ちゃん。
What
探
game
して
is
たの
this?
よ。
Well,
もう荷物の整理はできたの？
it's Chaos Head. Or, I guess, yeah. I haven't, I decided to go ahead and play it because I've seen the anime. But I haven't played the game. I didn't know there was a game, so I was like, yeah, I'll play it. Kozue nodded and, sat on the veranda.
あさってにはもうこの家ともお別れなのね。
Oh, moving, huh? Her mother stood behind her and looked at her. Looked at the peaceful Seto Sea.
東京なんて行くの、
Cool.
梢ちゃんは初めてよね。いいお友達ができるといいわね。
Kozue didn't reply to her mother's kind words. She didn't shake her head or nod. She just stared sadly at the container in the corner of the yard and the flames that still rose from it. Woo! I could be going to school. I have backwards legs. It was a week after on a school's day. As usual, I headed to school in a gloomy mood, staring down at my feet as I went. Fall was clearly at hand. The trees in Shoto Park were changing colors, and it was starting to feel cold in my short-sleeved shirt. Since I spent almost all my time in my room, I always felt strange when the seasons changed like this. It still felt like summer to me. I'd spent the whole weekend playing ESO. Grim kept asking about Yua, but I just ignored him. Yua hadn't sent any more messages. Maybe she'd given up when I hadn't replied. I certainly hoped so. Whenever I talked to her, I always felt myself wavering. I started to feel hope. But there was no point in a creepy otaku like me having hope. I'd lived my whole life without ever having hope fulfilled. That's why I'd lost interest in 3D girls. Please don't make me hope. Please don't have any hopes for me. Suddenly, someone patted me on the shoulder from behind. I turned around, expecting to see Nanami or Mizumi, but was surprised. Oh!
西条くん
How long have you been streaming for? About 23 minutes. Although some of that, I think like 6 of it was like the starting screen. Nishijo? Oh wait, she already said that. Her cheeks were a little flushed and she was smiling at me. For some reason, she was out of breath.
後ろ姿が見えたからもしかしたら西条くんかなって思って走って追いかけちゃいました
Hadn't she given up? Did she still have hopes for me?
おはようございます西条くん
うん
やっと言えました土日を含めて4日もかかってしまいましたけど
Ooh.
先週メールを送ったんですけど読んでもらってます
Yes, but didn't say anything back. By the time I realized I nodded, it was too late.
よかった返事がなかったからてっきり届いていないかと思って何度か送り直そうとしたんですけど我慢しておいて正解でした
She resent it 100 times. What if she did that? What did she want me to do? Was I supposed to fall in love with her? Be her boyfriend? And then were we supposed to be happy? Loving couple? I don't know. Lils, I saw one of your YouTube shorts in case you're wondering why I'm here. Oh, really? Oh, I'm glad you're here. That's so fun. Which one did you see? I still don't understand why you had liked me anyway. I couldn't trust her. So it was just impossible.
西条くんどうしたんですか
え
ずっと立ち止まってるので
The Minecraft ones? Ooh, yeah. I have some more Minecraft shorts to post that I haven't posted yet. I started walking fast to leave her behind, so she jogged to catch up with me.
昨日西条くんのクラスに行ったんですけどいませんでしたよねもしかして風邪でもひいて休んでるんじゃないかと思って心配だったんですでも元気そうでよかった
たまにしか
はい
僕たまにしか学校来ない
Ooh.
みんなから引きこもりって
Telling her about your
思わ
life.
れてる
You're disgusted, aren't you? You learned who I really am, and I know you don't like me anymore, right? That's fine. Tamia Photo, thank you for the subscribe. Thank you. That's fine. I never expected anything in the first place. I have to go now, but next time you stream, I'll definitely watch. Ooh, yes! Yes, have fun! Wherever, for whatever you're doing. Go ahead, think I'm creepy, and then just leave me alone.
そうですか。でも今日は会えてよかったです。
I didn't know how to react to that. I found myself starting to smile. Our eyes met and then quickly lowered my gaze. Why wasn't she treating me like she thought I was creepy?
っていうか、たまにでも学校に来てるなら、西条くんは引きこもりじゃないと思います。
Really?
すいません。分かったようなこと言っちゃって。
でも苦痛だよ。
だとしたら偉いです。
え？
That wasn't something I ever expected to hear. That was impressive. That was impressive about a loser like me. Yua smiled gently at me. It was a smile that could heal a wounded heart. That's how it felt to me.
だって西条くんは辛いのに頑張って学校に来ていますから。普通なら普通は来られないですよ。
Aw, now isn't she nice?
僕はオタだしキモいし。
私西条くんの話を聞くの好きですよ。
Aw. What? Why is she telling me all this? Why did it feel so good? It felt like she was holding me in a warm embrace. Or like she was telling me that I was okay for me to be here. Maybe with her help I could go back to being a normal person.
大変予礼ですよ。
Uh-oh, late for class. Suddenly I realized there were barely any students left around us. They'd all gone inside the school building.
西条くん、それじゃあ私失礼します。
Woo woo woo.
あ、今日の放課後時間ありますか？
Ooh.
Eh?
They're gonna meet after school.
もしよかったらその一緒に帰りましょう。
Ooh. She spoke softly, her cheeks turning a little red.
放課後中庭で待ってます。もし気が向いたら来てください。あ、無理に来なくても全然平気ですから。失礼します。
She bowed politely and headed off to the third-year wing. As I watched her go, I pinched my cheek. Just as I thought this wasn't a dream or a delusion. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. Hehehe. It looks like I go to this school because I look like one of these people. I spent the whole day's worth of class in a daze. I don't think I heard a single thing the teacher said. I just rested my chin on my hand and stared at the autumn sky. Neither my classmates nor the teachers paid the slightest bit of attention to me. But Yua paid attention to me. She wasn't like the rest of those assholes. I sat there the whole day thinking about her and indulging in one delusion after another, and before I knew it, school was over.
ようタク、今日もデートか？
How'd you
この
know?
前のメガネのことはうまくいってるんだろうな。
Maybe.
おいおい、ニートだからって躊躇してんなよ。向こうがお前のこと気に入ってくれてんなら、付き合うか付き合わないかはともかく、やっちまうのが礼儀。
そんなことしないよ。
Oh,
おい、なんだよいきなり大声出して。
ユアとはそんなことしない。
は？お前まだ言ってんの？なんで最初から諦めるんだよ。そろそろ引きこもりから卒業しようぜ。
僕は引きこもりじゃない。
that's not what I meant anyway. Mizumi only cared about sleeping with girls. He wouldn't understand. I ran past a confused-looking Mizumi and quickly left the classroom. Bloop. I'm gonna go right here for now. Yeah! The fastest way to get to the courtyard from the second year classrooms was to go across the... Excuse me, I hiccuped. Across the connecting corridor to the third year students building, and then head down the stairs, at least as far as I knew. I didn't come to school that often, so I didn't know what led where. I didn't even know where some places like most of the special classrooms were. So I was a little nervous when I went down the connecting corridor. There was a girl standing in the middle of the corridor, staring up at the sky. Hello. What's that mean? She didn't seem lost, in thought or anything like that. She was clearly in a place that would block traffic, but she wasn't moving at all. Whee! I'm next to her. Come on, I know you hear my footsteps getting closer. Get out of the way! I'm in a hurry! For some reason, she felt like a DQN. I needed to make sure not to get close to her or let her notice me. Just as I tried to walk past this girl, who'd I'd decided to call Girl B.
Oi.
Crap, she talked to me. Was she going to mug me, or was she going to say she didn't like my face and then take me to her group of DQN friends so they could beat me up? Please, no. What did I ever do to you? Whoop. I glanced over at her to find she was glaring at me.
お前誰だ？
That's a good question. I don't know who I am. I wasn't sure how to answer that. Yeah, I don't know who I am. Ooh. I was Takumi Nishijo, obviously, but I'd never met this girl, so there was no way she would know that. She must be planning to do something really terrible to me.
すいません。
I backed quickly, being careful not to look at her, and then ran away at top speed. Wow! I ran down the staircase in the third year ring and out the doors, and then glanced behind me. The scary girl didn't seem to have followed me. That's good. Made it out of that one. Phew! The 3D world was an awful place. There were traps everywhere. I took a few deep breaths and looked around the courtyard. The courtyard was between the pool and the school building, and was really more of a corridor than a yard. There were flower beds placed at regular intervals where purple flowers bloomed. What were those flowers called? I don't know. Woo. I saw Yua standing in front of one of the flower beds, staring down at it while she waited. She was really here. She was really waiting for me. Not for anybody else, just me. Yua wasn't going to betray me. Maybe I could believe her in after all. Believe in her after all. Maybe she could save me. Yua looked up and noticed me. And then her eyes went wide in surprise. I stood there looking away in embarrassment. I didn't know if it was okay to walk up to her or not. Why was she surprised? Did I mess up coming? Messed up that much, huh? As I tried to figure out what to do, she ran up to me.
びっくりしました。
Jump scare.
西条くんが本当に来てくれるなんて。
Yay!
どうせ来てもらえないって諦めかけてたんです。でも待っててよかった。
I was surprised. She might have taken the same kind of mentality I did. The kind that was pessimistic about everything. But there was one big difference between Yua and me. I was pessimistic and didn't do anything. Yua was pessimistic, but took action. There was something I really respected about her. I wanted to be that way too, I thought.
一緒に帰ってくれますか?
Yes, of course. I nodded in response to her question. Oh, I'm in her face. She and I headed for the school gate together. It felt kind of embarrassing as we walked home. It felt like the students were shooting jealous glances. The more I started to notice people staring, the more I started to freeze up. I should have known there was no way I could walk home with a girl. Oh, there's some guy over here. Oops. Ooh, I know what to do. Perfect. Oh, he's gone. I passed by a teacher I didn't recognize. Actually, the only reason I thought they were a teacher was they were wearing a suit. But did we have any teachers that young? I rarely come to school, so of course I didn't know our teachers. I didn't know who our teachers were or what they looked like. Sometimes I forgot my homeroom teacher's face. The teacher in the suit looked around, seemingly lost before heading toward the school building.
どうしました？
I thought I saw something, but maybe something in my eye? I quickly shook my head and started walking alongside her again. Wow! Where to now? On this little bench? Hee hee. The base was 10 minutes away from school, which was a bit farther than the train station at Shinsen Yua used to go home. So I guess I was walking her home instead of the other way around. Out of sheer habit, I walked us through Shoto Park, cutting through it diagonally. Shaved a minute off shaved a minute or so off the commute.
西条くんって朝よくこの公園でパンを食べてませんか？
I do. How'd you know that? Did I tell you?
うん。
How did she know? Oh.
やっぱりよく見かけたんです。でもいる時といない時があって。今日ようやくその謎が解けました。学校にたまにしか来ないからだったんですね。
Yes.
別にそれがダメって言ってるわけじゃなくてですね。素朴な疑問だったので。
うん。
Yua suddenly stopped and looked over at the bench where I always ate breakfast. Right now it was empty.
なんだかここに座っているあなたの背中はすごく辛そうに見えて。
She suddenly leaned forward, just a little, and ran her fingers across the back of the bench.
何
Whoa.
度も見かけるうちにだんだん気になってきて。
The bench was right in front of the fence surrounding the lake. Since I always sat facing the lake, I didn't need to worry about anyone gazing at me. There was also a small water mill right next to it, which was another reason I liked it. It served to partially hide me.
ここ最近は姿を見かけなかった日は心配でご飯も喉を通らなかったりしてたんです。
Really? I hadn't noticed her watching me at all.
バカみたいですよね。一度も話したこともない人の心配してるなんて。
Oh, that's alright.
でも話しかける勇気もなかったので。
Aw. So that's why she was acting like a stalker at first. She wasn't a stalker, she was just really worried about me. Maybe.
ちょっと座ってみてもいいですか？
No! Just kidding.
西条くんがどんな景色を見ていたのか私も知りたいから。
The sky. I didn't really have a reason to say no. I nodded, still looking out at the lake. She put her bag on the bench and then quietly sat down. Then she sat upright with good posture, looking at the lake. It was so quiet and peaceful, and she was right there with me. The soft wind made ripples on the water and gently rustled through her hair. Was this what it was like to have a normal life? It was just a normal day, a normal situation, so why did it feel like I was about to cry?
ここで朝食をとるのって気持ちよさそうですよね。
Oh yeah. I watched her from the side and she quietly spoke. You can fry eggs on this sidewalk. If we were in an H game, this would totally have been when I asked her to be my girlfriend. She'd say yes, we'd kiss, and then that would be the good ending, depending on the route. Maybe we'd even engage in some naughty outdoor fun.
私も今度やってみようかな。
Ooh. She tilted her head and looked up at me, unable to speak. I turned my gaze toward her bag. As I stared at the three Yarrow frogs strapped on it, I cursed myself for being too lame to talk to a girl. Wow, 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 wow. Wait. Wait a second. Did I just see something? What was I looking at? A Garo Froggy, a character popular with high school girls. I'd seen it somewhere before. Where? I didn't understand. I had this sense of deja vu, but I didn't. But I couldn't remember. Was my memory this bad? I was pretty good at memorization. I always got good grades on my tests. I was pretty smart. So why? Why couldn't I remember something so important? At least it felt important. Where? Where had I seen them? If I looked at them closer, maybe I could remember. I wasn't sure what would happen if I did remember, but to escape from the awful feeling of not knowing, I almost unconsciously reached out my hand toward the three straps. What? Ow. You had suddenly knocked my hand away. Huh? Huh. As I stared in shock, she looked away from me and awkwardly tried to stand up from the... Excuse me, I hiccuped. And awkwardly tried to stand up from the bench. Her hand brushed against the bag with three Garo frogs strapped. And as if I was watching in slow motion, the bag fell slowly from the bench and landed on the ground. Oh! All her stuff is on the ground now. Great job. It hadn't been zipped up, so her notebooks and textbooks went spilling everywhere. Smooth move.
私ったら何をやってるんでしょう。
I don't know what you're doing. Just a few minutes ago, I would have thought the whole scene was very moe. But now all I could do is stare at her in shock because... By chance, one of the notebooks that fell on the ground had fallen open, and the small memos on the newspaper clippings in it had scattered everywhere. It must have been some kind of scrapbook because all the clippings and memos had to do with one subject. I could see it clearly. New Gen.
なんて
My voice was hoarse, and she was hurriedly trying to pick up the clippings and notes and stuff them back in her bag. She stood up holding it tightly to her chest. Her smile was gone, replaced with an awkward expression.
それは
She didn't answer me. Why wouldn't she answer me? Come on, say something. If you don't answer, I'll think you're hiding something. And just when I was about to believe you, just when I thought you were going to be on my side, just when I was starting to believe that,
誰も信じちゃダメ。誰の言葉にも耳を傾けちゃダメ。
Sarita was right all along. All 3D girls were garbage. Even Yua didn't like me. She was just trying to get close to me for some reason of her own. Maybe she was going to turn me over to the police. Maybe she was going to threaten me. This was awful, just awful. Just when I was so close to forgetting all about that murder. The cops had never come to say anything. I'd convinced myself I'd never have to deal with it again. I didn't want to get involved. What was Yua after? I turned around so I could run. But Yua grabbed my wrist from behind.
逃げるの？
Her voice made me shudder. It was so cold, I thought I might freeze. She didn't seem anything like the girl I'd been talking to a moment ago. And she was gripping my wrist with incredible strength. She was holding it tightly, and it was physically painful. I thought for a moment she might crush my bones. It hurt so bad. I tried to shake her off, but she wouldn't go. She wouldn't let go. Instead, she pulled me closer, and I almost fell backwards.
逃げるの？
She whispered in an emotionless voice right behind me and right into my ear. I shivered and slowly turned around. The color in her eyes was insane.
逃がさないよ。騙してたことは謝るけど、お互い様だし。あなただって隠してたことあるよね。
No. Hiding something? There was only one thing I could think of. Somehow, for some reason, she knew what I'd witnessed. She knew that I'd witnessed the crucified corpse and the killer. That's why she approached me. Excuse me. She really was a clever one. Everything she'd ever said to me was a lie. That she'd gotten curious about me when she saw me for the first time. That she liked Bloodtune, that she wanted to go buy Seria post-awakening version figure on the day it came out with me. When she'd smiled at something, I said... When she'd said she wanted to get to know me better. When she said she was worried that I didn't come to school. Even when she said I'd impress her by coming to school. It was all lies. I clenched my fist in rage and anger. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Why was I ever willing to believe her?
本当はもっと時間をかけて調べたかったんだけど、バレちゃったからしょうがないよね。あなたに聞いてもらいたい話があるの。聞いてくれるよね。
Yes.
聞かないなんて言わないよね。あなたは聞くべきよ。聞いて。聞くでしょ。
I'm listening!
聞かないなら
If I won't listen, then what? She was like a totally different person now. That peaceful, easygoing manner she'd had was completely gone. Now she looked cold and unapproachable, with terrible intensity about her. Her words were cold as ice and cold as death itself, the signs of weakness and helplessness. She normally showed where nowhere to be found. I didn't want to hear those words. I tried to close my ears, but I couldn't. She still had my wrist in her grasp. She wasn't gripping it as tightly as before, but still wouldn't let go. I couldn't move my hand. With her free hand, she reached into the bag and took out something metallic and showed it to me. Oh! I gasped in shock. My heart felt like it was about to leap out of my chest. My mind began to race, and my free hand over my ear, I let it drop. But I let it drop, and I heard her voice sounding slightly disappointed.
この十字架に見覚えあるよね。
Of course I did. I knew exactly what it was. It looked like a cross, but it was actually a stake. Not many stakes had such an elaborate design. At least I'd only seen some once before. The knights scattered on the road. The knight pounded by the demon woman in the wall. The knight pinned the corpse to the wall.
やっぱり知ってるのね。知ってるんでしょ？知ってるに決まってる。知らないなんて言わせない。知ってなくちゃおかしい。知ってるよね。
I do.
知ってるよね。
I shook my head desperately. An awful sweat was forming on my brow. All I could do was try to wipe it off as I shook my head. No!
これ、あなたの部屋にあったのよ。あなたの部屋、ベッドの下、床に落ちてた。落ちてたの。落としたよね。それとも捨てた？とにかく落ちてた。落ちてたの。
When? When did she search my room? The day we first met? When I hurt my leg and she walked me home. When she was staring with shining eyes and a cute face at the serious figure.
この杭、外国製のすごく珍しい杭なのよ。それとニュージェネ第3の事件で使われた杭と同じ。同じなの。同じよね。同じなのは間違いない。同じよ。遺体を壁に貼り付けにした杭と同じ。
I was sure of it. This girl thought I was behind the new Gen killings. She thought I was the murderer. She was trying to be some kind of detective? Yue Kosanoki. Teen detective. You know what I thought? Die, bitch. I thought it too. They weren't just empty words. I mean, this stuff might have worked in an anime or a video game. But I knew that her theory was a fatal flaw. I'd seen the killer. I'd seen her with my own eyes, that demon. The girl whose name I didn't know, she wore a Suzume uniform. She was close.
だから
She looked down and sighed softly. Her grip relaxed, and at last I was freed.
それ以上でもそれ以下でもないです。ただ、あなたが知ってるかどうかを確かめたかっただけ。本当はまだ言うつもりじゃなかったですし。
What did she mean by yet?
それじゃあ、もう一つ確認させてください。あなたには予知能力がありますか？
The future?
は
My jaw dropped. See the future? What the hell was she talking about? What did that have to do with the murder? I stood there confused as Yua reached out into her bag and pulled out several full-colored printouts.
予知能力があるって思わなきゃ納得できないような画像データをあなたが持っていたから。
The girl photos that Shogun sent me. Why did Yua have them?
これ
あなたはどうしてニュージェネ第3の事件の再現画像を持っているんですか？しかもこの画像が流出したのは事件の前日です。あなたの使った PC にキャッシュが残ってました。
違う
I got those photos from some guy named Shogun that I'd never even met before that day. I didn't make them. They should still be in my download history. I know. I could show that to Yua. Wait. Where did she get these? How did she know they were still in my computer's cache? When she came to my room, she wasn't there long enough to search my computer.
まさか君が将軍か
She was trying to set me up. Was Yua behind this whole thing? Was she one of the new gen killers trying to use me as a scapegoat to distract the police from the truth?
助けて
This wasn't fair! Why me? Because I'm a creepy loser? Because I don't have any friends? Yua just shook her head silently.
その画像はアットカフェルーム37の PC から拾ったんです。あなたの PC もできれば調べたかったんですけど、その機会はさすがにありませんでした。
The room next to 37. The one I always used at cafe. She really did think she was some kind of detective. Giant boy, what would Giant Boy Detective do? She looked just the slightest bit sorry as she stared at me for just a single second. She looked like the old Yua. She kept that expression on her face as she rustled through her bag again. This time, she took out a sheet with printed text on it and offered it to me. I had an awful premonition. The logical part of my mind told me I shouldn't look. But I had to. If I didn't find some way to resist, they'd pin it on me.
それがあなたのすべてです。
Everything I was? Did she steal all my private information? Was she a hacker? My heart was pounding as I looked at the printout, and instead of my private information, it was just a chat log.
Huh?
It was a log of Nightheart and Shogun.
そのログ、変ですよね。
え
What's strange? It was just a normal chat log. I remember the conversation I had with Shogun.
ナイトハルトと将軍の発言時間が全然噛み合ってないんです。
Timestamps. Whoa.
あ
Huh? What was this? What's going on?
そこにあるナイトハルトは西条区。発言時間は9月28日の午前3時だ。そして翌日、あなたはアットカフェに行ってます。西条くんがアットカフェに行くのは学校帰りと決まってる。そして学校に行くのは週に 2.5 回。あなたのクラスメートから聞いたんですけど、先週あなたが学校に来た日は月曜日、水曜日、木曜日。先週の月曜日は9月29日。将軍の発言時間と同じ日です。
What? What was she talking about?
ルーム37の PC のチャットログを調べさせてもらいました。そこから分かったことは、
She paused for just a moment before looking right at me and delivering her cruel truth.
あなた一人の自作自演。
Huh? Don't look at me.
将軍は
Don't look at me.
あなた自身。
何も見たくない。何も聞きたくない。時間は一定じゃない。記憶には矛盾がある。視界にはエラーがある。地球は回ってない。これはきっとゲームなんだ。
I turned on my computer and took a bite out of a fish sausage. Fish sausage? Wow.
僕じゃない。
This 3010 wallpaper, it came up on the monitor.
僕がいるべき世界は
I booted up ESO without the slightest hesitation.
ここじゃないんだ。
Ooh, chapter 2. Whoa. Okay. I think since we reached chapter 2, that's probably gonna be it for today. A good little stopping point. Oops, that's not the right button. We'll save it. Yay. Oh, and my cat's just now thinking about jumping up here. Ooh. Get all big, get all close and personal. Do. Well, thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.